All right. So go ahead and just talk about anything. I mean, tell me what you were going to say. One thing, don't kick your legs.
Okay.
Let's put this right here.
Okay.
All right. So you're just talking.
So I'm here with Scott, and I'm on my 9th day of my cleanse, where I'm have ordered this liquid 2 bottles called Japanese red pine needle oil and fulvic minerals from Optimal Organics, and I'm here getting my colonic.
You hate colonics.
I hate colonics. I definitely hate colonics, and I'm here not because I want to be necessarily, but because I think I am feeling positive results and want to be better.
Okay, wiggle down towards your feet, 1 inch. Okay, that's it. Okay, and we're listening.
So, I believe this is my 7th colonic.
Mm-hmm. Over how long?
A period of the last 6 weeks, 5 weeks maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm scheduled to do twice a week for the next 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
In hopes that I feel better.
Okay, what is your issues?
Well, I have symptomatically my issues are that I have severe bone, muscle, joint pain. I'm only 40 years old, so it's been happening over the last 4 years, but it's increasingly got worse to the point of where at times it's been difficult for me to climb up the 2nd floor stairs to get here.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, fatigue and some things like that, but those are not as easy to detect. The most difficult are the easiest thing that has caused alarm has been the muscle, joint, and bone pain. So much so that it's impeding my life.
And you're not used to being impeded.
No, I mean, I'm an athlete. I mean, I was a serious athlete for most of my life, and swimmer, and I definitely I would consider myself someone who doesn't, who does not I deal with pain very well. I'm not a pain-oriented person, so it's started to become serious enough where I had to look into being a researcher to get better, and through a friend led me here. And
what do you mean being a researcher?
Well, I had to get proactive to start to do something.
Because nothing was really working?
Right, nothing.
But you've been to lots of doctors, right?
Yes. I mean, I've been to, Western medicine doctors have not been able to help me and are kind of clueless. I mean, I've tested negative for rheumatoid arthritis, all types of things, but that you would logically assume. So it's become something that has been a mystery to them and kind of left me empty-handed, where I don't know what else to do. So therefore I'm here.
Mm-hmm. But tell the story about how you ended up here, because it was okay, no, don't wiggle, because you really didn't want to come. You came for some colonics and you bought a series and then you never used them.
Right. Originally, a year ago, I came, and after the first colonic, I was just not really excited to come back, and so I gave them away.
You gave your colonics away because
Right,
you just
the
didn't go with you.
Right. I did not want to do it. And I didn't really want to believe or think about the fact that that could be beneficial. And I had all
So you just wrote it off.
I wrote it off and had all types of reasons why I wrote it off. It was a pain to get here, to, you know, all the understandable. I mean, I'm busy, just like everybody else.
Right.
So I didn't want to come. And it's not like a really fun thing to do.
Okay, so you came back. Why?
Well, I mean, really, I was kind of coerced by my boyfriend to come back. So he believes in them and has seen a lot of benefits in his life. So I don't know, the stars kind of aligned. It's one of those things in life where you revisit it and it feels better.
Yeah.
Do you want me to talk about the parasite?
Well, I know you came here to do 5 colonics and that you'd had been diagnosed with a rare illness.
Right. I came here to do 5 colonics. I had been diagnosed with a rare disease called MEN1, which is an endocrine disease. It's multiple endocrine neoplasmia and is about the endocrine system. Tumor-producing disease, rare disease, genetic disease.
Okay. And then, so you did like 4 colonics and they were still annoying to you.
Well, yeah. I mean, I did 4 colonics that I actually this time did feel, since the year prior, I did feel kind of a, almost like a healthy buzz, like a clean buzz, if that makes sense, after I did the colonic. And I noticed that I felt a little clearer in my head and I wanted to eat better. I kind of had my appetite stimulus. I craved kind of better foods, but I wasn't, you know, in love with colonics by any means. I wasn't like thinking, oh, I wanted to do it forever. But what else do you want to know?
Then something happened that shifted your concept. What's the story on that?
Well, so I had to go to the restroom once in the morning, really kind of quickly, and I was annoyed because I thought that the colonics had made me have to like use the restroom when I normally wouldn't have to, and it was maybe making things, you know, less in my control, just put it that way. So when I went to the restroom, however, I looked down and found like a worm, I guess you would call it, like that was about as long as my fingernail. And
okay, now what you're saying is you pooped in the woods.
well, I wasn't going to include that part, but yes, okay.
I mean, because
so
you had to see
it. That part?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm a hiker, and I hike, and I was hiking, and I had to go poop. I had to go to the bathroom, and I was annoyed, thinking that the colonics was making this irregular for me, and I never have to poop while I'm hiking in the woods. So yes, I have to go. So it was emergency, like I really had to go. So I went off to the woods and I pooped. And when I turned around, there was a white worm in my poop, on top of my poop. And it was about the length of my fingernail. And I'm coincidentally had been speaking with you the day before when I'd gotten my colonic about parasites and what all that means, and people that have parasites, how many people, how common it is, and how many people have parasites, and so on. So I'm sitting here somewhat freaking out, but simultaneously like, oh my goodness, I mean, this is actually a blessing from God, because here I am discovering something that I would have probably never seen if I would have really gone poop in the toilet like normal. And I cannot believe what I'm seeing. And it felt like a indicator, and like everything was lining up to help me. And here's a sign type of the thing. Here's a culprit. So I called you and was like, oh my gosh. And that's when I knew I had to get serious about being proactive about my health.
Okay. Okay. So you have like you get a pain in your hips?
Well, I mean, you know, it started out where if I was sitting for a while, then when I got up, you know, it really was hurting me. And then I would get moving and then I'd be fine. And, you know, I'm a busy mom, and so I don't have a whole lot of time to think about what aches me. So I just blew it off. And then now, fast forward 4 years later, it's sometimes to the point where I can barely walk and I want to cry. I mean, it's when I'm in the car, it's when I'm sitting here, it's when I'm talking to someone, it's when I'm just daily living, you know. So I mean, I knew that something had to change because I'm too young for this to be going on. So when I saw this parasite, kind of, I feel, because how else would I have seen it through all the series of events, I felt like the colonics, you know, were a part of the solution for me, even though I don't like them. But now, I mean, you know, my pain is so significant. I mean...
You mean you're at a stage in your illness where your pain has been increasing?
Oh, very much. I mean, like, just where... I mean, I'm the type of person that tries not to pay a whole lot of attention to any illness. I don't take aspirin even. I mean, I just don't think about being sick. I don't want to give any attention to being sick. But, you know, I mean, this was becoming where I just had to do something. I mean, I guess in life sometimes you get to the point where you're forced to make a choice, like, do you want to get better or do you want to continue going downhill? And as a mom with awesome kids and a great life and, you know, I've a career and I want to get better. So I had to start to make a choice and be proactive about it. So,
okay, and so
I'm here.
So you've done 3 colonics since you've seen the worm, or
Right.
4 colonics?
3.
3. Okay, and then and has that done anything at all? Can you tell yet? I mean,
Well,
no
I
is
mean,
fine.
I'm sorry.
You could say no.
I mean, I haven't seen any more worms, which I was, I was hoping that the very next colonic I would be completely cured and it would all come out and, that would be that and I would be done. But as I'm learning, it's not an easy thing. I'm also through research learning that many people have parasites. I mean, many. There's some statistics I've read on the internet that say up to 80% of people, and they don't even know. They're walking around and have some sort of a symptom from it and some sort of pain but they have no idea what it is and why. So I feel blessed that I actually saw this because I've heard that they're not easy to see and they're not easy to find and they don't want to get out of your body. So I feel like the colonics are kind of, along with, I'm eating really healthy. I'm on my 9th day of cleanse with all organic vegetables. I can have some whole grains. I haven't eaten a whole lot of that. Vitamins, supplements, and, interweaving the colonics in.
And you're taking anti-parasite type things.
Yes, I'm from a company called Optimally Organics. I have found that it's a parasite cleanse, and it's Japanese red pine needle oil, which comes from a tree in North Korea. It's all organic, and fulvic minerals. It's a 60-day cleanse. It's one of the hardest things that I've done in a long time, and I'm incorporating colonics twice a week, and
for 8 weeks.
For 8 weeks.